Hi, this is Matt Callahan, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the new HoverCam FlexView document camera. If you click on the Start button, you'll see there's, and then All Programs, you'll see there's two different types of HoverCam software. There's a FlexCap and a FlexView. If you see, the FlexCap has a little video icon in it, and the FlexCap software provides additional functionality for recording and annotating while you're recording. So rather than just showing what's underneath the document camera, it will basically record a video that you can then save and share later. For using the Solo8 as a regular document camera, you'll want to use just the FlexView software. In terms of making this more convenient for you, if you right-click on it, you'll have some options to pin it to the taskbar. So I've done that. I've put it down here. This is the taskbar. I've also pinned it to the Start menu. So when I just click on the Start menu here, there is HoverCam FlexView right up there. Absolutely, I recommend that just to get it a little bit easier to get to. When it's time to use the document camera, you can just click on it. You don't have to go up into the Start menu to find it, and then it will power up and it will be turned right on. So here is the document camera. It has an 8-megapixel camera, so it does everything in high definition. If I put my hand under, you can see it refocuses. When it's done focusing, then those lights turn from white to green. So they're white, it focuses into my hand. If I pull my hand away, then it will refocus and the little box turns green. Now this software, the FlexView software, has a few different modes. There is a scan mode. So here I'll click on the scan mode. And then the archive mode is basically when you do take some screenshots or when you scan something, then it is saved in your archive as well. So here in the scan mode, there's some different options. The only thing I did change here is this by default was good, and I changed it to excellent, so it would be at high quality. There's an option to straighten your image. If your image was crooked, you could use this to digitally straighten it. Otherwise, once you're there, I'm going to click that out. So I'll hit crop. And when I hit crop, then it allows me to select my image. And then once I'm done cropping it, let's say I want to adjust it, I can go back later and adjust that. But when I want to take a picture, I just take that, and now it has just basically scanned my document right here. Those are saved in your My Documents folder. So if I click on Documents, here's all my folders, and there's one of them, HoverCam Flex. And this isn't something you'll have to add. When the software was installed, it was added automatically. So if I click on HoverCam Flex, here's the library, and here's all my pictures. If I click on this, there's the picture or the scan that I just took. So now that it's saved as a document, I could go into my email, I could attach this document, I could send it to someone else, or whatever I want to do with it. So that's the scan feature. There are some features as well. If you're scanning multiple pages, there's an auto capture feature where you can have it scan at a time interval. Let's say I wanted to take a picture every 8 seconds. I could do that. Or I could do a motion trigger. Well, basically, once I put a new piece of paper underneath, it would sense that it's a new piece of paper, it would sense the motion, and then it would capture it automatically. So that's the scan feature. There is a present feature as well. So here I've clicked on present. So this is what you would use more like for a typical document camera. There's some features over here, and this stuff is stuff that you're just most likely not going to ever have to adjust. So we'll just leave that there. This is the slingshot feature. So if I'm using the document camera and then I want to click this, it will have it go down into the taskbar. So that way I could be manipulating a website, typing into a document, I could do something else, and then I just click on the flex view and then it takes me right back. These options rotate your picture, these little arrows. So if you want to rotate it digitally as opposed to switching your paper over, you can use those arrows to do that. Now this area allows me to zoom. There's 4 different ways I can zoom. First, there are some zoom buttons right on That's one way to zoom, is to use the hardware buttons right on the Solo8 document camera. Otherwise, here on my software, I can click the plus or the minus to zoom in or zoom out. I can click and drag on this, so that would be the third way to zoom. And then the last way to zoom is if you have a mouse with a little wheel on it, you can use the wheel to adjust the zoom as well. Now, when we do zoom, obviously I'm cutting out parts of the paper. If you look over here, there's this little green box, and that's basically the window that I'm seeing on my sheet here. So if I click on that and I drag it, now it will show me other parts of the document while staying zoomed in to that level. So that's a little bit about the zooming feature. Now these options, if I have zoomed in and I just want it to go back to fitting to the screen, here's fit to screen, and here's actual size. If I click one of those, then it fits it to the screen. Here's the actual size of the document. It kind of guesstimates how much it needs to zoom in to just see the document. You can see my document's a little crooked. I have 2 sheets of paper. Otherwise, if I click that, then it shows it in full size. There's a mirror option. If I click mirror, it just flips it to the other side. This goes full screen. You see right now I have my taskbar down here. If I click full screen, then it goes complete full screen, and I'm not seeing anything else. If I want to go back, I just click the button again, and it takes me back. There is a pause or a freeze frame. So again, every time I put my hand under it, refocuses. If I really want a sheet, I could pause it. I could even right now, I've taken the sheet out from underneath it, and it keeps it locked in there. If I hit play, then it goes right back in. So now I'll put the sheets back underneath. This option won't really be used, but it's an option to turn on a secondary camera. So here, if I wanted to, turn on and see myself, I could do that, but we'll just toggle that off. Screen capture, again, it's kind of like scanning. If I want to be capturing my screen, here it's having me select the region of the screen that I'd like to record. And then when I want to start capturing it, now this is actually going to take a video. So I'll hit start. Don't quite have it set up on this computer yet, but so now it's recording this area of the screen. And then when I hit stop capture, then it will save the video and it will process it up here in just a little bit. Yep, there it goes, it pops up. The last thing I'll show you is the annotation features. If you click on annotate, it gives you some options where basically you can draw right on your document digitally. There's a freehand tool, so wherever I click and move, then it will add a drawing. There's options to add a line. There's options to add an arrow if I want to emphasize something. You can change the color of this stuff. Here it's red, I'll change it to blue. Now if I insert a box, it will be a blue box. You can do different shapes. Here's a shape that doesn't have anything in it. This one is obviously filled in. There's a circle. There is a fill tool. So if I click the fill tool and then touch it, it does fill it in. There's a text option. So if I just click the T wherever I am, I click my mouse, my cursor, then I can type in there. Now if I do want to move any of this stuff, this little arrow here allows me to select it. So now I can just click it and I can drag it wherever. Let's say I want to delete this box. If I click it, I hit this little X, it deletes it. This eraser can be used to erase something that I've drawn. If I use this trash can, what that will do is that will delete everything off of the screen, any annotation I've done. So down here again, this you can pick the color, or this has more colors. You can choose the thickness of your lines if you have something that you're making a line with. And then here you can manipulate the type of font that you have. So again, that's a little bit about the annotation features. If I'm done annotating, I can just click it, and then that goes away. So that's a overview of how you can use the HoverCam FlexView software with the HoverCam Solo8 document camera. If you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks and have a great day.